Hey guys, Shannon Burke here, or Shay, as some of you know me by, and feel free to call me that. It's actually what I respond to more than Shannon. I just wanted to stop in for a few minutes and say hi. There's so many of you that are new to the team, and certainly I've had the pleasure of getting to know a lot of you, but there's so many of you that I haven't, and I guess that's just the nature of growing bigger. And so I really just wanted to give you kind of a quick background about me, and then talk about really quickly just about what's going on with the team. And I'm kind of hoping that you guys will do the same thing. I'd love for you to post your own videos just so we can get to know you a little bit better. So a little bit about me. I'm actually an Air Force veteran. I met my husband in the Air Force a long time ago. We were teenagers. And he's coming up on year 29 in the Air Force, which is absolutely crazy to me. I think we've had about 18 moves in the 20 years that we've been married, and together I think we've probably got close to 30 moves. This is our fourth continent. We currently live in England, anyway, it's been a long military career, and we're still going, but that's enough about that. I am actually a registered nurse by trade, so my background is in emergency nursing. And we have 3 boys. Our oldest is Braden. He's almost 15 and acts like a 30-year-old most of the time, and not always in a good way. We have a 13-year-old, Kai, and he's a full-on 13-year-old. And then we've got Grayson, who's 9, and he is our 80-year-old. He's the old soul of the family, probably the one with the most sense. Anyway, like I said, we live in England, and I actually started my business about 3.5 years ago from Okinawa, Japan, which was where we were stationed at the time. And I did what I always do when I got to Japan. I went and found a job as a nurse, and I realized for a number of reasons pretty quickly it wasn't going to be very ideal. The hours were not going to be great. The pay was not very good there. And then my husband ended up deploying to Afghanistan for 6 months. And during that time, I also started to realize that for the first time in my life, I didn't really love my skin anymore. It was kind of a hot mess, if I'm being really honest. And kind of call it the perfect storm, but I got an email from a friend of mine who a lot of you know, or at least have heard her name, Jen Griswold. She's one of our RFX Circle Achievers. Jen is who introduced me to Rodan & Fields. And so I will tell you that my initial reaction was to run in the other direction really fast. I didn't feel like I had any business at all running a business. I couldn't sell oxygen if I tried. It just wasn't in my nature. And I actually avoided Jen like the plague for about a month. And then I really just had to get over myself, because I knew Jen was a smart gal, and I knew that if she was telling me about an opportunity, that I should probably just take a listen. And so I did. And, I figured the worst thing that could happen was I would improve my skin. And so I dove in head first. And fortunately, really pretty quickly did start to improve my skin. I got some really fantastic results right away. My husband, who was in Afghanistan, actually called me on Skype one day and told me how pretty I looked, which was very unusual for him. And mostly some of my, local friends in Japan started really noticing my skin and asking me questions. And so that made it a really simple transition for me to start talking more about it. I was a very confident product user and, advocate, really. And I tell you that because I went for an entire year in my business as a, party of one. I didn't have a single business partner. It really wasn't even on my radar, even though I knew that eventually that was probably something I'd want to do. But I realized that because I think just because it came so easily to talk about the products, that I kind of neglected to talk about the business side of things. And actually, my very first partner was a customer, and she really came to me, so I didn't even have to do much work with her. So ultimately, I quit my job when I started, and I stayed home with my kids, and was really confident and thrilled about the fact that my kids would have a present parent But more importantly, I was bringing in a pretty decent income with just the clientele that I had, and was able to replace my full-time nursing income in about 9 months. So that was a really great thing. At the time also, I'll just tell you, because I think it's been an important part of my journey in this business. I had a very good friend who passed away from breast cancer. She was in her early 30s, a mom of 2 girls, and really kind of hit me because I'd not had anybody in my life die from breast cancer or even that kind of illness at a young age. And so I knew really pretty immediately that I wanted to be able to contribute to things like that, things that mattered to me. And so that was also kind of a big playing factor in why I started a business. So fast forward 3.5 years, now we're in England, and we are at a point with our team that we're running for Lexus. A lot of you have probably heard us talk a lot about it. You've seen us write a lot about it on the team page. Some of you are probably sick to death of hearing it. What I want to do is just give you kind of the basics so that you understand it, what it is that we're doing, and then just maybe talk a little bit about why it's important for you. So Lexus really is just it's just a qualification. So you have to be a level 5 to earn a Lexus, and what it means in terms of actual numbers is that you have $125,000 in organizational volume. And so organizational volume means me and all of you. And so collectively, we have to have $125,000. We have to do that for 3 months. So we have to have 3 consecutive months of $125,000 or more to qualify for a Lexus. So here's what I want you to know about that. It's not about the Lexus. It's not about me. I drive a crappy little Honda, and I'm perfectly happy doing that because I've accidentally hit many deer, tons of pheasants, and run into a big tanker truck. These little country roads we live on are not conducive to beautiful, nice cars. And so it's got nothing to do with the car or with Shannon. What it does have to do with is us as a team. I can tell you that 3.5 years ago when I started and I had, 300 in volume, or even when I got to 3,000 or even 10,000 in volume, I never could quite put a finger on what it might feel like to get to this point where we're such a huge team and continuing to grow, and excuse me, and at a point where we can say we're running for a big qualification, a big title, a big perk of being in business. And what I can say also about that is that I'm not surprised that we're at that point now, because there's so many of you that are absolutely killing your businesses, which is fantastic because it's not only helping the team earn this Lexus, or at least the qualification of the Lexus. It's about you guys growing your own businesses. It's about you guys seeing what you can do to stretch and to push yourselves and dig deeper than you even thought that you possibly could. And really to come together as a team, which I think is such a huge part of the culture of our company, but specifically, Team Give, which you're all a part of. It's just what we do. We're people that like to help each other and are supportive of each other, and so you guys are not only reaping the benefits for your own businesses, but you're really helping other people at the same time, and I think that's what's so amazing about what we do. So look, when I first started, I just wanted to be home with my kids. Now I am. So my new why, the reason I get up out of bed every day is you guys. I am motivated 100% by you, by helping you get to the goals that you've set for yourselves, by watching you reach them, by being just even an integral, small or not, part of you doing those things. And that's completely what motivates me. So I just want you to know that whether you're motivated by numbers, you're interested in the whole Lexus thing or not, you can't quite imagine what that is going to feel like yet. Just know that you guys are doing everything you need to be doing to grow your own businesses, and I know a lot of us just got our paychecks recently, and everybody I've talked to has been very, very happy with them. So just know that that's kind of, you know, the benefit of your efforts. You get to reap those benefits, and even if it's not about money for you, money is oftentimes the means to whatever it is that you do want. So I'm proud of you guys. I want you to know that you completely motivate me. You completely inspire me. I want nothing more than to, you know, be that support that you guys need, the guidance that you might need, maybe the voice of experience as you need it. But more or less, I'm your cheerleader. I'm your biggest fan, and I just completely adore everybody. So thank you. Thank you for everything that you do. One last thing that I'll say, and then I'll let you go, I promise, is if I haven't said it enough, or if you maybe haven't heard it yet, please know that you can always come to me. It doesn't matter what for. If it's a three-way call, or it's advice, or, you know, whatever the case may be, please know you can always reach out to me. I'm here for you, and despite my time zone, which is not necessarily convenient for everybody, it's really all about you guys. So in whatever way I can help you, please tell me so that I can do that for you. So anyway, you guys have a great day. Thanks for your time, and please post your own videos because I would love to get to know you. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.